Guru, how is silence possible when we are engaged in worldly transactions? The difficulty is that people think they are the doer. It is a mistake. It is the higher power which does everything, and people are only the tool. They accept that position, they will be free from troubles, otherwise, they quote them. Do your work without anticipating its fruits. That is all what you should do. Why is the world in ignorance? Let the world take care of itself. If you are the body, then there the gross world appears. If you are the spirit, everything is just spirit. Look for the ego and it vanishes. If you inquire, ignorance will be found to be non-existence. It is the mind which feels misery and darkness. See the self. If one always remembers the self, will one's action always be right? They ought to be. But such a person is not concerned with the right or wrong of actions. His actions are God's and therefore right. In this pure atmosphere, with Bhagavan at Arunachala, it is easy to practice, but in towns it is difficult. When you see the true self, is it not a pure atmosphere? Let the body think what it wishes, but why should you think so? It is very good if you can just keep quiet without engaging in any other activities. If that can't be done, what is the use of being quiet? Even if you are active, but do not give up your attempt to realize the self. Is solitude necessary for vichara? Solitude is everywhere. The individual is always solitary. Our business is to find it within, not to seek it outside ourselves. Nearly all human beings are more or less unhappy because they do not know the true self. Real happiness is in self-knowledge alone. All else is fleeting. To know one's self is to be always blissful. Solitude is in the mind. A person might be in the mid of the world and yet maintain serenity. Such a one is in solitude. Another may stay in a remote forest and still be unable to control the mind. He cannot be said to be in solitude. Those attached to desire are unable to attain solitude everywhere they are, whereas those who are detached are always in solitude even if they are engaged in work. When work is performed with attachment, it is a shackle. Solitude is not only to be found in forest, it can also be had in the mid of worldly occupations. But how can I help another with his problems? What is this talk of another? There is only one. Try to realize there is no I, no you, no he, only the oneself which is all. If you believe in the problem of another, you are believing in something outside the self. You will help him best by realizing the oneness of everything rather than by outward activity. Is it necessary to give up worldly desires? Why do we desire? Inquire. If you find no real happiness in your desires, then your mind will not be attracted to them. However, subconscious tendencies may tempt you there, but you will return. Why do you want the life of freedom? The fact that you crave, it implies that you are bound, but really you are